Perfect. So when Steve just joins over on the, if you press participants, it shows you the white bar with everyone's name. You'll just be able to make Steve the host.
Okay.
Or anyone else who wants it, but usually Steve takes it.
Okay.
Awesome. Have a good meeting.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Well, she wasn't at home today. Well, because I drove down Linwood Street because I was going to drop off. I was meeting somebody to exchange an Easter bucket for at Sean's. So it's Dalton up, and I drove down Linwood Street. She wasn't there, and that was 1:30.
Hey.
Matt, how's it going?
Hey, good, thanks. How you doing?
Not too bad.
Just looking over those slides you sent over.
Yeah. No, it's I wish I sent them over earlier, and we don't have to decide on these tonight, but no, it's a treasure trove of photos.
Yeah, there were some really good ones in there.
Yeah, and I think I told you, I may have mentioned in the last meeting that you were in, when I first joined, the only way to see these was to go into the library.
Yeah,
for an hour a week. So once I knew that these were out here, it's like, get them out. And
yeah.
that's why I started the
Awesome.
Facebook page.
Yeah, there's some. I'm just gonna make you the host. So.
Oh, did Katie make you the host?
Yeah, I was the first one on, so.
Okay, cool.
She's gonna making you the host. I was like, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're all set now. So.
Cool.
Yeah, some. Just taking a look.
Yeah. There's a fair amount, and they are like say like you were to download them all to your computer or anything. They're categorized by like CE means like center of town, or like ST means like just streets or
Yep.
like houses. So like there is some order to it.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, like I don't know if you're on Facebook, right?
I'm not. No.
No.
I'm like the one person that in the
Okay.
world that's not. I used to be. There was just too much stuff going, too much
Yeah.
drama, and I was like, you know what?
Right.
You
Well,
know.
if you wanted to get on Facebook for one reason, like I could make you I could give you access to posting photos and stories to the Facebook page.
Huh. I
So
think my wife is actually she usually will show me the posts.
okay,
Um, yeah, because she'll come across them like on occasion, and
yeah.
yeah, we'll see. I just there's just too much going.
Oh, I know.
It was like I gotta get out of this for.
Yeah. No, especially when it's like since we've been in lockdown, just that's
Yeah,
only access to other people.
yeah.
I mean, it's so toxic. It's, it's not fun. Yeah, no. If there's actually like a fair amount of things going on. Like, if I don't know what your availability during the day is and stuff, but like today I just had a walkthrough over at Ironworks Park
Oh, nice.
for the dam project.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
if
okay.
like since you're new to the commission, if there's that like when I have like walkthroughs or site visits or anything, I'm more than happy to throw it over to you if you want to join in and just kind of like join in on some of these talks, see what's going on.
Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, I work a regular, 9 to well 7 to 3:30
Yeah, yeah,
during the week. So, uh, but my weekends are usually I can escape the house for a couple hours during the weekends and
exactly.
stuff. So it's tough. I got a 1-year-old, so
Oh,
he
no,
keeps me he keeps me busy. So
I know that.
might have seen our last meeting. He was throwing stuff down the down the stairs of the basement, and I kept like, you know. So you'll hear him probably in the background on occasion, running around, and so,
You're only one.
huh?
You're only one. You're
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I just got yeah. We just got the 1-year-old, so he keeps me pretty busy between the wife and me. So,
I have.
but yeah. But usually I can escape for a little bit. So I definitely want to get over there. I've been meaning to get over there and I just check it out. And so,
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Too bad.
hey, Mark,
Hi, Matt.
how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing well, thanks.
What's new, guys?
Oh, keeping busy.
Yeah.
Things have been busy over here too, with especially with everything that's historical commission's been very active recently.
Yeah, I figured I'd check it out today.
No, that's great. Yeah, no, it's been good. And then they got that's historical commission stuff. Other than that, I've been busy with work and been busy with the kids. And
Yeah.
Matt has a 1-year-old. I was about to tell him I have a 10, 16, and 18-year-old. So
Oh, um,
so I've gone through yours.
you know how it is then.
Yeah. Me too. Mine are all grown up.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've had I think as I was telling Matt about the Facebook page, he's So that is the one unfortunate thing, is that there are a lot of people that aren't on Facebook that don't have access to it. That's why I started. I linked it up to a Twitter account and to an Instagram account. Still, Instagram is part of Facebook, so you probably don't have that. And Twitter linked to the Instagram, so it's still incestuous, kind of like Facebook stuff. But I'm trying to figure out a way to get it out to more people. Get like access to like some of these stories that we're putting out. People other than Facebook.
I mean, we could always do, I'm just wondering if, a website, not on Facebook, but just a regular website is the way to go.
We've had talks about like having something connected to the town website, but
yeah,
infrastructure money, who's going to pay for it? What?
Yeah.
It's definitely been. I think a lot of the things have been helpful. Recently, especially like with the High Street Dam and town hall, like bringing in the history of all that has been kind of helping along.
It's good stuff, especially for a newcomer like me.
Yeah.
It's very special for our kids to go to Grocery Breakfast. Pay to see what house could be. So you got a garage.
Just hoping to see that we get quorum. That'd be great.
How many do you have on the board?
5 now.
Yeah, 5's always tough.
One more. One sec.
The boards are fine. They're on there. They're not moving. I put 3. In each board, I put 6 nails, 3 on each end. So it's on.
Good day, guys.
Hi, Carlton.
Hey, Carlton. How you doing?
Sorry. Some of you I've seen today, talked to today. It's like old home week.
Yeah.
Actually, I just have to send a link to one of the members to get on. Just be 1 second.
Matt, you've just joined it, right?
Yes. Last month was my first meeting. So.
Well, I'm just an interested citizen here, but
Hey, that's
glad you stepped up.
The more the merrier.
I like that attitude.
Yeah.
As long as it's somewhat regulated.
Yeah.
And Mark, you're doing okay?
Yep.
That's good to hear.
I'm happy I got my shot today.
Oh, awesome.
Congratulations.
I lucked out.
I'm 4 days into the 2 weeks until I'm fully vaccinated.
Yeah. It's even better.
I got my second one last, you're feeling okay, right, Mark?
Yeah, I'm good.
No,
Didn't even hurt.
Just you wait. There's a lot of stuff in that shot. I got my last one on Friday. And I didn't feel a thing because I pumped myself up on vitamin C and vitamin D, mega doses. But my son did the same, and he had a bad reaction to it. He did it Saturday. Alexa.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. Good to see you.
Thank you. I'm just listening in tonight. I get caught up.
Oh yeah, you should be writing, right?
She has a background. She's a background guest today.
Yes.
Oh, just be careful, guys. She's writing the comprehensive master plan updates. So you got to be really strong on what you want to have happen.
Hi,
Yes.
Steve. This is Sherry. I did get in.
Oh, excellent, Sherry. Are you on just by phone or on your computer?
No, I'm in the Zoom meeting, but ever since I had that update on my phone, it doesn't show. I don't know why, but I can hear you all.
Okay, great. Glad you made it in. You're the one that brought us to quorum, which is a good thing.
Oh, good, good, good.
But I'm just waiting to see if David gets in and Bob.
Okay.
So you have 5 members now?
Yes.
That's full up, right?
There might be one more.
I don't remember if it's a 5 or 6 or 7 person
Yeah.
commission.
I think it might be 6. I think I'd have to double check.
No, don't worry about me. I just ask questions.
Really?
Yeah, I've been told that before. Really?
I thought it was 6, I think, is what but I could be wrong. But
Say 4 plus 2 alternate.
yeah,
Oh,
I think
that's what it is. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's give David another minute to get on. Then we can get going. Even though I'm getting a little bit more official with our agendas and stuff, and there's still a few kinks that I'm working out. So like we're still trying. I'll eventually get to approving minutes, but we just need to have a clean write up of the minutes after each meeting. But it's coming. We're getting better. We're getting better as we go along.
I tell you, it's not easy to do that, those write-ups. I did it for 15 years with various committees. But don't wait.
No, you lose it after a while. Let's get check one last thing, then we can get started.
Let me just tell people here, and especially Alexa, on the Wednesday, the 24th, the Community Preservation Committee has a public hearing for historic preservation, open space, rec, and housing. And we're trying to get input in terms of what the next year's actions people would like to see. So hopefully y'all can attend that one if at all possible. Good. And
All
you're
right.
gonna have good questions. I'm sorry, I figured you were just catching up, so.
No, we're all good. I think when David joins in, we'll get him going. But no, I think once we have that in the agenda, Carlton, and I'm
Okay.
more than happy. Like right when we get to it, I absolutely want you to repeat what you just said.
I'll be happy to do that when we're official. Do we record Oh, it is recording. All right.
All right. So I'm going to, since we have quorum, I'm going to start the meeting at 6:07. As I mentioned, approval of minutes. We will get to those at some point, but announcement. So on to announcements from the chair. Once again, I just want the only thing that I would say is we've been very busy with a lot of projects going on. This is the second meeting that we've had Matt Casey on the commission, and I'm looking forward to getting him more involved and getting more input on the town and how we can help the town, because I think that as we've seen with a lot of projects recently, people are starting to realize how important the historical commission is. I think at one point it seemed, I think it was seen as almost like quiet, not part of the wasn't as important, but I think right now like we're busy and that's good. And I think that we'll move on to citizens open forum. Is there any citizens that want to make any comments, any discussions?
We lost Bob, it looks like.
Yeah.
Just here to listen and learn.
Excellent. Actually, one thing I'll mention about going back to announcements from the chair. It's not on our discussions right now, but I recently I got David coming in right now. Let's let David join. Hi, David. How you doing?
Sorry for the delay, Steve. It's been a hectic day.
Tell me about it.
Bob Wood is trying to sign on too. Somehow he called me a minute ago.
Yeah, he was on, then he got bumped off.
Oh, okay.
So I guess let's wait. We won't wait much longer, but we'll wait one more minute for Bob to get back on.
Okay.
But I think what I was just, David, I was just about to mention that we're on the announcements from the chair. I went to the town, to the Academy building today, and had a conversation with a resident of Bridgewater who just happened to share with me some information that I want to research. What he told me was that there's a house on Spring Street that butts up to the town river, and he never had anyone to talk to this about, but I guess 25 years ago there was a tree that fell down and it exposed a rock, and that rock that's along the river has carving of a native shooting a bow and arrow at a animal, and he said that you can only see it when the rock is dry. If it gets wet, it's hard to see, but it's something that it's very intriguing, and I'm going to see in what way I can find out more about that. I'm going to have to see if I can contact the existing owners. But
Where did you say? Did you say Spruce Street?
Spring
Street.
Yeah, 112 Spring Street.
112 Spring Street.
But it's almost, if you're on the town river behind Spring Street, it's almost at the turn where it turns.
The river turns. That'd be behind the breakfast place.
A little bit further east of the breakfast place.
A little further east. Yeah.
And he said that his neighbor also 25 years ago ended up coming in contact with like a coin fall of like 1700 coins back there. So I think the town river may have a little bit more history that it's hiding that.
Sounds like it.
Well, hoping it pans out. Sounds good. Hey, Bob made it.
Hey, Bob, how you doing? Okay. So we're at the Citizens Open Forum. There were no citizens that were speaking. So we'll go straight into discussions. We'll start off with the High Street Dam project. Today, the High Street Dam Committee has been meeting with NOAA, the Department of Fisheries, and kind of going over, looking to see what kind of mitigation factors we can use to, if and when this dam and bridge removal project goes forward. What you were tasked to do and what we walked through today was, if the dam and the bridge are to be removed, the historic stones from the bridge, we need to find a potential place to store them. So that's what we were tasked to kind of go look around and see where we could store these for potential reuse, potential resale. But I think we determined a site that was right behind in between the storage shed and the entrance to the High Street Dam as a potential laydown space. Carlton and I were at the site. I can actually bring up Carlton's image, if you're okay with that.
I'm fine. I was just gonna say, if you can share screen, I can show you what I did this afternoon after we met. There were three of us that met, four. Myself, Steve Rogan, Eileen Heine with the Open Space Committee. And then we had the Highway Department head there, and Azu, our town engineer, was there also.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So this Carlton was thank you for putting this together. It's a little zoomed in, just to give you some views of where you are. This right here.
Can you make it slightly smaller?
Let's see what I can do.
Down at the bottom, there's a plus minus.
Not in this view, but I can download it and in something else. So let's see.
Yeah, never. It's to the west of the historic storage barn.
So the storage barn is this right here. This is that newer addition to that storage barn. Where my arrow is over here, that's the bridge that goes over to the kiosk. And this is that would be that walkway. So we're looking at there's a pathway that goes right here behind the storage bed, the storage facility. That this could potentially be a laydown area for those stones.
You do it by yourself? You've done it by yourself. There you go. Yay.
David, I know that you've had a lot of history with the with Ironworks. You have any initial thoughts on?
Well, when I first thought about placing those slabs somewhere other than, trying to make an actual bridge out of it again, my initial idea was it'd be great if there was a spot on the island, because that's going to be, we'd like to have the stone storage house as part of the park eventually, but in case it doesn't, if there was some way they could be set in an open area, there's plenty of open space on the island, and landscape properly so that they could be there permanently, because obviously these things are going to be pretty big and pretty heavy. And if we get somebody there to pick them up and take them off of the bridge, it'd be great if we could use their abilities, their crane, whatever equipment they're using, and set them in a place that would be more permanent rather than sticking them over behind the storage building, because there is a possibility that, as much as I hate to say it, that we're never going to get anywhere with that. And if that be the case, then these rocks are going to be over next to a pile of rubble. Whereas if it could be somehow landscaped into the park with a statement that this is the original bridge from 1725 or whatever date, we can put a nice plaque on it. I'm just throwing that out for discussion. And then later on, if we come up with a better place to put them, but at least, maybe for the next 50 years, they'd be in the park, they'd be, landscaped nicely with a plaque saying that this was the original bridge from 75 feet due east of here, upriver or whatever.
Absolutely, yeah.
Steve,
Yes.
this is Bob Wood.
Yes.
Steve,
Yes. Go ahead.
I had experience over at the senior center. My wife was doing some gardening there, where somebody had come in with a truck and was backed up to the rock wall and was stealing the rocks off the wall. You might want to consider putting a fence around them so they don't walk off, even if they're heavy, just to make sure. That's it.
Okay. David, I think that your comments make a lot of sense to have them stay on the island. I know it kind of cuts down on some of it may cut down on some like the open space aspect of the island, but I think it also would limit any of the like. It is a lot of heavy weight that'll be going over an old bridge. We're just shifting them over. So I think that we might need to kind of rethink and a good place to put them. I think what the proposal behind the high street or the storage facility, I think, is good. If something happens to the storage facility.
Yeah, I don't know where they're gonna stage that crane when they set it up. It may be at the intersection. I mean, if I was the engineer, not knowing what's underneath the ground on the island in front of the Lincoln Club, I would think that they'd probably end up with the crane over on the High Street, Wall Street intersection. That would probably be the most solid area to put these things. But then again, maybe these rocks aren't going to be that big. We're talking about a bridge that was made, 300 years ago, and I can only think of the some people call it Skin Milk Bridge up off of Elm Street.
Yep.
Those rocks really aren't that big, and they could probably be picked up with a good sized front end loader.
Could I just interject here for a minute?
Sure.
The state indicated that they would put the large stones in an area that we wanted to keep. The town new DE Department of Transportation director, whatever, indicated he had the same idea you had, but I don't know that putting the. I think some of them could go in there, but it's the rough dimensions on that bridge stones is something on the order of 50 feet wide, about 75 feet long, and probably something on the order of 7 to 8 feet tall. So, that's about, if you just look at the footprint, it's about 4,000 square feet. And that location I was showing earlier has about 8,000 feet in it. So unless you're going to stack them really high, and safety's an issue, that kind of thing. So we had made the recommendation today was to put it behind the stone building. But I hear you loud and clear that we want to reuse some of those stones, but I don't think the intent there is to actually reuse very many of those stones unless we can get a proper mitigation from the state and the feds. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I also think that if we do keep them on the island, we need to figure out like they were talking mitigation factors of having like a kayak inlet, like wherever it goes, we need to figure somewhere where it's gonna essentially stay for a long time. All right, so I think our next. Go ahead.
The crane wise is that they will probably be using cranes and payloaders to move it into that location. If they had to put it on the island, they can come in through their planned ingress at the High Street entrance to the park. They're going to put a road and mats down there to get equipment down in that area. So it's doable.
Yeah. And so I think that Carlson, do we have a set meeting for the next our next meeting?
No, Jennifer said that probably we would have to set another meeting and probably use some of the diagrams we had. It's this ad hoc committee that's meeting and trying to make sure we get good mitigation.
Yeah.
Not just viable mitigation, but real mitigation.
Yeah, and I think that I feel that I know that I'm there representing the historical commission, but I think I think the whole commission really needs to be on it. Just kind of like we need to have the plan, see what we want to do, so that that we're decided as a whole commission, not just one voice from the commission. So I think that we definitely have to have a meeting. We need to give our responses to where we want things to lay down, but we definitely have to have a meeting talking about like the interpretive signage and where it's going to go. And I think the Historical Commission is the leading force in that. So I'm going to push for a second meeting, potentially a walkthrough with the town, just to kind of look at that, so that get away from the just find where these things go, but what we really want to do as a whole. Like our view of what this park could look like. Okay. So we will have more information on that soon. Hope by the next meeting we'll have more. Moving on, we got the upcoming, on the 24th is the Community Preservation Committee Public Forum. I'd like to have Carlton, the Vice Chair of the CPC, who wants to give us a rundown of what our plans are for this.
It's a public hearing, so it's a listening session. And next week, myself and the chair and our Jen Goldson, our consultant, will be discussing how we're going to run that out. But I think the plan is to present an overview of community preservation and what it can do, and then focus that into what our 5-year plan that was developed last spring in 20. It's a 20 to 24 5-year plan, and we have a bunch of goals and objectives in there. And this bridge is one of those things. There's a couple of other things that are like them. I can't remember the name of it right now, but anyway, there's some goals in there that we're working towards, and we're looking for public input after that. As tell us what you guys think. Is it, pickleball is coming up. We have an application in front of us for the pickleball courts out at the senior center now. That's recreation. But from a historic preservation perspective, this bridge is one thing that we may or may not fund something. My preference is that the town not pay for anything necessarily. That's my own personal opinion, because I think we were handed this project. It wasn't something that we initiated at all. So we'll get input hopefully on historic preservation. There's a lot of houses in town that need to be put on the Macris.
Mm-hmm.
There's stuff in there, but it needs to be activated. For example, the bridge that's being removed was never put on the historic register. It was only on it through a industrial corridor designation. The proponents to remove the dam and bridge have now completed a document that would put it on the historic register. What that means is it's on the historic register. It could still be taken down. So we're looking at that meeting on the 24th. It's a Zoom meeting. I just tried to post something on residents page that it would be about an hour and a half, maybe a half an hour to 40 minutes of presentation. We're going to provide some examples of projects that we've done recently and maybe historically, and then we're going to get into this session of people with ideas. So if any of you guys have ideas, pass the word, number one. Number two is if you have ideas for historic preservation or other, that would be great. We can't do things like fencing for safety purposes, but we can do recreational things like build a bridge. We can do parks type stuff. Historically, the signage and that kind of thing is what we're allowed to do. So we have some restrictions, but we're really looking forward to the public's input on that. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks. No, thanks, Carlton. And I'm going to be sharing the. Well, I think we still need to have the posting posted on the town's website. I think the last I checked, I didn't see it was on the calendar. So we just need
the meeting's not been posted yet?
I don't think it's been posted yet. So we need to make sure that that's posted.
I'll take care of that. I'm vice chair. I'll take care of follow up.
I will be posting it on the Historical Commission Facebook page. So hopefully we get a good amount of people showing up to that. I think it's very important. And like what Carlton was saying, I think if we were to come up with goals for, like, if we weren't so busy with the High Street Dam and all these things, I think one of the main goals is we really need to start looking at our Macris database and really seeing, like, starting to update some of these potentially new and undocumented historic sites.
I tell my kids to shut up, but they're out here.
One thing that will be discussed one thing that's going to be discussed at the historical or at the CPC meeting, and what I'm doing right now is I'm actually forwarding to the commission members. I received the feasibility report for the town hall to be used as a cultural center. I'm going to send that to all the commission members just so you can get a sense of what we're looking at. And I think this is a good example of a very historic building that, if it was repurposed and reused correctly, I think CPC funding would be a huge asset to making the town hall an active cultural center. I think in preserving a very important building in our town. So what I'm doing right now, I'll send this to you to the commission so that everyone can review that. And once we have reviews, I think that we'll be able to spread it out more to the town so people are aware. And we'll have some discussions about it at the CPC meeting. Anyone have any comments they want to add to that? All right. Next up is the Historical Commission storage. David, where are we with this? And I know that we have a deadline to either kind of come up with a plan to either move or to renegotiate. Do you have any more information?
No, I don't. I saw Angelo the other day and I wasn't able to grab him at the time. He was on his way out. But I will make a point to get a hold of him in the next week to find out if and when the deal is permanent. He seemed pretty solid on it last time. And when our clock starts ticking, I would also like to try to make arrangements to sit down with the new owner and see if we can negotiate a similar arrangement for free. So until we find that out, in the meantime, keep your mind open as to what alternatives we have. Town hall. Geez, everything's ringing at once. Okay. Okay. Well, I gotta take this one. This is a hot one. It's my mother.
Okay. Like I said, I'll just follow up with what David was saying, was that we're going to need to figure out like the storage area for the in the Perkins Street storage facility is ownership is changing, so that we just need to figure out if we have to move things, where are some options that we have to move some of the artifacts that we have in there. Because right now we have a deal with the storage facility of, like, we were donated storage. Now we need to figure out if we can have that remain with the new owner.
I'm sorry, can you just, who owned it previously? And so this was a recent, I missed the beginning of that. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Angelo D'Amelia, the state rep for Bridgewater. He is the owner of the Perkins Street factory.
Okay.
Which has the self-storage. And David, I don't know, how many years has Angelo given us storage there?
1
year.
Oh, how many years? Oh, geez. what do you say, 10 years, Bob, or better? It's been quite a while.
But all right, so yeah, I think I if you want to, if there's ever a time that you're going to meet with him and go over there, I'd be interested in being involved with that as well.
Sure.
And I can see it from my house, so it's
Yeah.
not too hard to get to.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I think it would be good to. I feel safer knowing that we have a home for everything. That's
Yeah.
in.
Same here.
Okay, Google, bring in channel at 4.
And then so our next item is photo donation to the Historical Commission. David, do you want to update everyone?
Yeah, I met with Mike Dutton, about 2 weeks ago now. And I had approached him with the possibility of the town accepting the loan of some photographs that had been on display in the Bridgewater Savings Bank. And he was very receptive to the idea. So we agreed on it. And after the meeting, I sent emails off to Katie, Mr. Dutton's secretary, Ms. Pereira at the bank, and I got an email back from her today saying that let's see, trying to remember exactly. But anyways, the bank is waiting for a written statement from the town and accepting these 3 on loan, and they would like to see a small plaque to go on each of the pictures stating that they're there by the good graces of the Bluestone Bank. And I don't see that as a big deal. But I had also asked Bluestone or Ms. Pereira to come up with a name of the people who made those originally. And I believe that they obtained the pictures from the historical collectors from our files up in the historical room. Unfortunately, the turnover has been such at the bank that the people who are involved, they have no idea who it is, who made those and framed them, set them up for the bank. So it's up to us to find somebody else who can do that.
Mhm.
I don't know if, other than the pictures down at the 99, but those really aren't that big. I don't know who put those together. I know when the 99 went in, I gave them the pictures to have done, but I don't know if the people who are there now was probably done through corporate when they built the building and originally opened it. But other than that, I don't know of any other place where pictures like that are on display. Steve, through your travels, have you seen them?
I have seen some. Where have I seen some photos? I know that Mayflower Gold, they requested a photo. I think I've seen. So I think they may have some photos. There's a few other.
I was just wondering if your business with the court system, have they ever used the pictures like that to decorate?
Like of like local history and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. Yeah, no, I think like going through like in the court system, that like they're especially in like I've seen them used in sometimes in the public areas.
Yeah.
I know that one of our it's not an ideal a direct example, but one of the projects that we just completed was we created a new justice center up in Lowell, and it has a mural up on the front, and we took elements of the mills that were in Lowell and integrated them into the mural. So it's like I think it's showing, especially in public gathering spaces like courts, like town halls. I think it's very important to have these history photos spread around. And I think that's how you know what was here, what it looked like, why the town is what it is right now.
Yeah.
And I know that just I think it, like you said, I don't think it's an issue having the plaque saying that Bluestone Bank donated these signs, but and I'm glad that we'd have the opportunity. The Bluestone Bank, which used to be Bridgewater Savings Bank, is actually there's a very long history with that bank. That was it started off as a treasury for and the payroll for the Eagle Cotton Gin Factory. Samuel Pearly Gates, who I'm going to just share my screen right now, real quick. There's over at the gate on the BSU campus. There's the Parker Gates house. Is his house? This is my. Where I brought him back to life.
You sure that's not Counselor Chase?
Yeah, could be. This has been a great addition I've had to the commission page. It's My Heritage app, which brings old photos back to life. But
Yeah.
this is Samuel Pearly Gates. He was the treasurer of the Eagle Cotton Gin Factory, but then he was one of the initial creators of the Bridgewater Savings Bank. So
That's great, Steve. Little eerie, but it's great.
a little eerie.
Interesting.
Yeah. But and this is just an example of some other things this app can do. Like this is if people haven't seen this.
Yeah.
It instantly takes photos and colorizes them. It just brings it a little bit more life.
Oh, you haven't animated this one yet?
Yeah, working on it.
I want to see the horse drag that. It looks like a popcorn wagon.
Exactly. But I think David, I think in your conversations with the town manager, you mentioned that he was interested in having more photos.
Yes, and he was reaching out to the historical commission for us to come up with some suggestions.
Okay. Well, what I did earlier is I sent a link to all the commission members to the. I have an online catalog of all of the commission's photos. I think David did and Bob and everyone on the commission did an amazing job collecting these. And now I think I've been trying to distribute them. But I was I'm just going to open up a. Work. I wish I had sent the link sooner to the commission members, because what I'd like to request for everyone is I want for the commission members, if it's possible, to go through the link that I sent you, which I'm just going to skim through these photos right here just as some examples. Pick out your 20 top. This is quintessential Bridgewater photos, and I think hopefully maybe by next meeting we can choose what we think are our top images that could potentially be used within the Academy building. But these images could be reprinted, framed. And there's some just really amazing photos that we have. So
Steve, how many? Steve,
Yes?
how many do you think can be posted in the building?
Well, I think that David, was he saying looking around like 20? Was that what he was?
I would give him 20. I don't
Yeah.
think they'd hang up 20, but I would give them 20 and let them go from there. And if we're happy with it, all well and good. And if not, we can push them some more. You got 3 floors.
Well, they can rotate.
Yep.
We have 3 floors, plus we have the, I would take the same approach with the memorial building. I'd like to see some of these photographs hanging over there. So I don't think 20 is an unreasonable number.
Yeah. So I
I
think that-
have 20 already framed.
Okay.
Most of them are in the storage shed.
love to see them. But no, I think that if all of us eat, there's 5 committee members, if we all choose kind of like say like our top 20 each, then there might be some overlap, but maybe by next meeting we can have a rundown of what we think are our top 20 Bridgewater photos that we can potentially use in the Academy building.
Steve, Bob Wood.
Yes.
Steve, if you go in the computer shop on Central Square, you'll see 3 up on the wall on the right-hand side.
Excellent.
Okay, what we've got to do is get a good look at the pictures that we get from the bank. Probably take a photograph of how they're set up, the frame and so forth. And then when we identify a provider, we can take it to them and say, okay, this is what we want to duplicate. Or get down to town hall and take a look at it. Go down to the Academy building, take a look what was hanging. We want yours to match.
Yeah. And this is, I don't know if do we want to make this something that's maybe I think I feel comfortable having like the commission make these decisions. But I think that it could be something that like once we have a large choice of like what we like, maybe we post it somewhere and say, hey, these are some great, what are your favorite photos? And they take a public poll. And
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I like that.
because I think that then people will not only see the history, know the history, but will be a little bit more invested.
Great idea.
Does everybody have the book on photos of Bridgewater, the 200? Make a selection from that.
The one that David, Images of America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had them spread out on the floor in the library once.
Yeah.
But that's where most of them are.
I think there's 230 images in that book.
Yeah. No, I think online and on our catalog we have over 1,000 photos. So a lot for us to look at. And I know that other people, maybe guests on the call, might be interested in using some of these images for certain documents, maybe potentially master plan documents. But that might be hearsay. But no, I actually for this for the upcoming CPC meeting, I am going to be sending some of these to Jen Goldson so that they will also be included with the CPC presentation. So I'll be sending a general list to her that she can talk about the historical and cultural resources. But I could keep getting through these photos all the time. I'd keep this meeting going on forever if I kept doing that.
Yeah.
Definitely everyone go in and look for that. And yes, everyone, and like I also would say that everyone that's connected to the Facebook page or wants to reach out to anyone here via email would be I've had a lot of requests of people's houses, been able to find photos, and so there's been a lot of interaction with the photos that we've posted. The last thing One of the last things I'll show you is the Historical Commission Facebook page. The hot topic recently has been the Dervin's Pond in down at the end of South Street. If you can see up here, that this is an old map of Connecticut River. South Street would be right here. Dervin's Pond, which is also known as Stedman's Pond, which is also known as, it's had multiple names. I posted a few images of years back what the site used to look like. This is looking out from South Street onto the pond, and it shows that it used to be a convalescent and rest hospital with the gazebo. And the island is still there. And I guess apparently the foundation of that building is still on that island. But it's like things like this that are like little known history that people aren't aware of. They just drive by every day and don't realize that this is what Sturtevant's Pond used to look like. And it used to be a very, David, you wrote about it in the Images of America, but I was able to find more images and more like this is what you wrote about in the Images of America.
Curly, huh?
Yeah, and there was a cottage was dedicated to Mayor Curley's daughter who died, who went there. But I was even able to go through, and I was able to find a photo from the Boston Globe in the 1940s. That bridge that goes over to the gazebo. They used to have swimming lessons. It used to be a very popular camp. Just like hidden history in Bridgewater. Like this would be, and if you were to look at a map right now, they like all the land that's going against this pond is town-owned land. But yeah, no, it's very interesting. The photos have been very well received from the town, people who have seen them. So any requests that people have, we've been happy to research things. Yes, right now, discussions. We have no old business. Do we have any committee comments? Comments from anyone on the committee?
We got some great projects going. Just got to keep them going.
Yep.
Thank you for your leadership, Steve. It's been great.
No, thank you. It's been learning from you and just trying to get us out there, because we're an important commission, and I think that it's starting to show that a lot of things are going through our hands. They're actually, speaking of which, I did have a I think this is one thing that we need to discuss. I think we're an advisory committee to the town. I know we do have a lot of decisions that that come through our hands, like say the High Street Dam project. I would put up the discussion of, do we become a ministerial commission? Do we request the town manager to make us a ministerial commission so that we have a little bit more weight to our decision?
Wouldn't that be legislation through the council?
It might be, I think so. Carlton, you might have a little bit more knowledge of the process.
Yeah, the process is, and I have looked at a number of, like the library was an advisory board of the directors, community preservation committee was only advisory, and yet we handle money, and that makes us ministerial. You guys have, I believe, on the state website, you have the ability to contract with people and do contracting and that kind of thing. If you go look at the Mass General Law, and that makes you ministerial. And I think that what the process is, got back to the point, the process is that you need to submit something to the town manager. I recommend highly that you submit it both to the town chair, the president of the council, and the town manager, and ask for a change and document it by a whereas type document, whereas we do this, there's, and provide that. And then they would put that to the town council. The town council has to, well, they don't have to, but they will typically send it to a committee to review. The committee will come back with a recommendation, and the town council sends it out for advertising, and they finally can act on it. It's a little bit cumbersome. But I think it's really important that the admin, and it's in the admin code, not the charter. I think it's really important that the admin code be reviewed periodically for those kinds of things. And I believe strongly that you are a ministerial body. You're not a regulatory body. You're advisory, but you're also have the ability to do contracting.
Then if I can do this, I'd actually want to put a motion to the committee to do we want to I'm making a motion to for us to write up a recommendation, write up a letter to advise us to be a ministerial committee rather than just an advisory committee.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? I think that I guess we'll have a roll call first. David?
Who's gonna run with it, Steve? You got quite a bit of stuff on your plate.
Yeah, no, I think that let's see. Let's have a discussion on this. Is there anyone that's willing to either even collaborate with a few of us on the commission? Together.
Well, I've always found with dealing with different organizations, mainly with the Masons, you get the young people involved in the very beginning, the new people, the new guy, Matt. But I'd be more than willing to dig up the Mass General laws on historical commissions. And if you could rough out, Matt, if you could rough out a letter for Steve, for him to review, and he could kick it around to the committee and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, that would be great. And like we could send any guidance information to you to put that letter together.
All right, thank you.
All right. Welcome to the board, commission.
No, I like I said, I'm happy to help, and I think that's totally awesome that we're doing this. So,
all right. So I guess we have a motion for Matt to write up the letter for the commission, and I'm just gonna have a roll call vote of approval for this. David.
Aye.
Sherry?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Matt?
yes.
I'm a yes, it's unanimous. Thank you, Matt, and welcome. And
Thank you.
I think that was I think this could be making our commission given since we have a lot coming through our hands, giving us a little bit more leverage would be great.
Yes, I agree.
I think that's great.
Matt, could I have your email address?
Oh, yes. Here, you know what? I will actually, I think I have yours.
Okay, you have mine? Great.
Yes.
Ship it over.
I will.
Download the email.
Yeah.
I have everybody, so I will send it on over and after the meeting, and we'll get working on it.
Okay.
Thank you. And yeah, so for next meeting, I will I'll write up some minutes from this one, so we'll actually have minutes for the next one. But in those minutes, I'll just mention that the photos to review and what we talked about, having everyone choose the 20 photos. about the letter. I think I appreciate everyone's help on this, and I'm looking forward to finding out more history and getting us out there.
Great.
There's nothing else. I need a motion to adjourn.
Hey, Matt,
Yes.
look at Bob Wood up there, but if you look on the emails, I'm the old codfish.
Okay. Yep. I got you.
He's just a codfish.
Okay.
He's not old.
Like I said, I think I have everybody's, so I will be sending those off shortly, and you'll have my email, and we'll get working on it.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I guess someone want to make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right, Bob seconds it. No discussion. Thank you for everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Thanks for letting me listen in.
I'm glad. Welcome. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you. I'm sure I will be back.
Awesome.
Good night.
Night, everybody.
See you Wednesday.
Bye.